listen to this girl about how old is too old. Okay.
How old is too old when it comes to a woman dating an older man? I asked this because I was at dinner with a guy friend of mine the other night. I met him late last summer when I moved over to St. Pete after my divorce, and we've hung out, several times. I've been to his house, I've hung out on his boat, met his brother, we've been to dinner a few times. So we go to dinner the other night, and he makes it abundantly clear that he's interested in dating me. And I ask this because he is 60 and I am 43, almost 44. So keep in mind, he is the type of man that can probably get the majority of women out there. He's 6'5", in amazing shape, great head of hair, looks probably 10 years younger than what he actually is. And on top of all of that, he has fuck you levels of money, as in like a jet and all of that. So he asked, if I want to date. I actually told him I was not sure. I had concerns about the age gap. He assured me that in his world, this is a perfectly acceptable age difference. So I told him, I'm going to think about it. Let's talk about it. We'll go out next week and, discuss it and see what, we come up with and all of that. And also, I definitely have to get to know him on that level much more. But you can see my concerns. That's a pretty hefty age gap, and it's going to look a type of way. So how old is too old? Can a woman that's 43, almost 44, date a 60-year-old man?
Yeah, I don't think that's that crazy.
Yeah, okay, so the comments on this video were fucking brutal.
Really?
Because all the dudes were like, what the fuck is he trying to get her for? He can do so much better, right?
He's pretty.
This just the comments, I'm just telling you, because everybody was like, wait a minute, like, why is he chasing this chick who...
When he could have a 22-year-old.
He got a jet, a fucking yacht, and fuck you money.
Because maybe there are a few men that don't want a 22-year-old.
No, I'm just saying. Clearly he wants her, but...
She looks good for 43.
Uh-huh.
She looks good for 43.
Yeah, that's a red flag. The fact she even got TikTok or Instagram, get the fuck out, okay?
No, I agree with that.
Because if I saw that, I'd kill this right over. Now you're done.
I have a question for the gentleman in the chat, and please answer truthfully. How young is too young?
How young is too young?
To date.
I think it depends on her maturity level, but maybe like 25.
Because I think a 30-year-old dating a 20-year-old is different than a 30-year-old dating a 40-year-old.
Okay, but how old is the guy? Because I think it varies depending on his age.
Okay, guys, if you're comfortable, what is your age and what is the youngest you would date?
No, okay, just call an age and I'll tell you. Like, let's say I'm 30.
40.
If I'm 40, I'm 40, 23, 25, 25-ish.
30.
23-ish.
50.
25.
60.
25.
Really?
Hold on, I ain't gonna mind a fucking chick. Jesus Christ. Okay?
I get so grossed out when I see that big of an age gap.
Look, that's why we need science to move forward with this age-defining drug that makes every old dude look fucking young. So you can lay pipe on who you want.
20 years younger.
Joke.
Wait, are you saying your ages, guys, or you're saying the amount of years? I'm 39. I couldn't be with someone who didn't know what a damn VHS was. That's what I'm saying.
Teacher.
I'm 28. When I was 39, my ex was 27. Okay, that's not bad. I'm 5,000.
Thank you, Jesus, for being here with us, okay?
Check Discord for how men feel about a woman's age. Oh, boy. Now I have a question. If the guy is like 45, right? And he meets this beautiful woman. She looks like she's 25 years old. A woman's age for a thing. Who looked best to her? Oh my God.
Okay, Bozak just dropped this on Discord, right? By the way, Discord, Stew Chicken treating you all right? Because I don't come in there often enough. Is he behaving? It's even more a woman's age versus the age of the man who looked best to her. Okay, so she's 20, 23. Okay, it gets high, okay, goes higher slowly. All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Now, if a man, okay, like I was saying, if a 45-year-old man meets a beautiful woman and she takes care of herself, she looks like she's 25, but she's really 40. Does the man get upset about that? No.
Some dudes don't go for younger chicks, dude. That's the female version. Some dudes don't go for younger chicks.
That's the female version.
Okay, hold on. So he got two. Okay, this is the female version.
Oh boy.
Hold on, let me do it again so I can just get that. Okay, so this is the female version. Okay, look at this chart, Lexi. So a woman around 50 thinks a guy that's 46 is fucking cute, right? So it matches close to what their age is, all the way up until they head to about 50, right? Now look at men.
Oh my god, 22, 20, ew. That's too young.
Thank you, boys, for holding it down. God damn. No, but see, like,
No.
if you just hanging out having fun, that's one thing. But you can't date no 22 fucking year old, because she probably ain't really like familiar with like life.
That's
yet,
what I'm saying.
right?
She's not gonna know.
That don't mean you can't party with a 22 year old though.
Bang a 22-year-old.
Party.
Bang.
25. Yeah, 25.
What's the youngest I would date? Probably 25. I tend to date people my age or older, though.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Is the male version a horizontal straight line?
Yeah.
I hate the feeling of babysitting. I can't date someone too much younger than me. You're just not gonna have much to talk about after a while, I don't think. Mm-hmm. You're just not gonna be interested in the same things, I think, for the most part.
No, but it could be educational because, okay, slang changes with every year, right? Like the word broad, right? Like I still use broad, right? But I use that because the dudes I grew up was making fun of like very old dudes who used the word broad. Because broad was like way back in the fucking
it's an old
20s and shit like that, you see? So it's an old phrase. So, but anyway, she keeping you hip on the slang and stuff and like what's happening in the fucking music and shit. So it's more like she ain't your girlfriend per se, but she's like your educator on pop culture, you know what I mean? She telling you, oh, Justin Bieber just did this. And
but why would he care?
Because, I mean, you just stay abreast of what's going on in the fucking world.
All right.
So there's some fun in that. And then you watching the changes. Okay, like let's say you're 60-something, right? You watching the changes because this 20-something-year-old chick have a completely different mindset from the girls you dated growing up.
That's what I'm saying.
From your fucking kids who probably older than she is. And like you watch it, you listen.
That to me is so.
What, banging chicks younger than the kids?
Yes, that is the part that, okay, if you never had kids, you're 55 years old, and you're not married, you're a bachelor or whatever, and you want to like hook up a bunch of 20-year-olds or whatever, fine. But to do that to your kid, to bang a girl
okay, hold on now.
That's younger than your child.
Wait, hold on, Lexi. Why the fuck did you come to Hollywood? Because you ain't ready for this shit, okay?
I'm not.
Because that's the Hollywood dream.
No.
Let me explain something. You got a 65-year-old dude in Hollywood,
That's
right?
my dad's age. That's my dad's.
Okay. You got a 65-year-old dude in Hollywood, right? His first wife was probably close to his fucking age, right? And so his kids, let's say they got married in the 20s. His kids probably in late 30s, 40, you know what I mean? And now he's out there with his money and shit, and he meets a fucking banging 28-year-old. She's gonna be younger than the kids.
I think correct me if I'm
Rich
wrong.
people do this shit all the fucking time.
I think the son, if he had a son, would be more inclined to be okay with that than the daughter. I would not, if my parents got divorced tomorrow and my dad started, I don't even want to say it, hooking up with a fucking 25-year-old. Like, no, absolutely the fuck not. I'm having an issue with that. I don't know that I'm talking to him anymore.
I'm sorry, you want to leave me because my chick too fucking young?
I think that's gross.
It's kind of flattering that you
As
so fucking
a
uptight.
daughter,
But we're men.
I don't give a fuck.
The part of the
But why
American
that much different? Like, find a, you're 65 years old, find a 40
part of
something.
the American dream is a young hot wife.
I don't hate the competition, both
Look at Donald
Shut
Trump.
up!
Look at Donald Trump and Melania.
I understand.
Every time he married, he go a little younger. You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference age? How old is Melania? Donald Trump is like 78, 79, right?
Don't make that sound again. Sorry.
Okay, Donald Trump
Stewie, clip it. I dare you.
Okay, Donald Trump will be 79 in June, right? Let's see, Melania.
We men are disgusting.
Melania is 55.
Okay.
So that's like nearly. Okay, so that's okay.
It's different though because
That's
she's
24 years.
Yeah, but it's different because
24 years.
she's 55 and he's what, 79, 80?
He's 78, going to be 79.
Okay. That's different, I think. She's an adult. She is a complete adult who is 55 years old. I'm talking about a 65
Okay, but how long they been married?
year old.
Okay, Barnes like 19, so he married her 20 fucking years ago. So he would have been 59, and she would have been like 35.
That's not that crazy.
Okay.
That's not that crazy.
All right, okay.
That's not as crazy. Eddie, the oldest I would date,
Guys, keep it fucking crazy, okay?
45 probably.
Keep it crazy. Don't allow this kind of hate to rule your life, okay? Little miserable Lexi. I can't wait for.
But how about let's reverse it? How would my dad feel if I started dating a guy older than him?
It depends now. It depends on the dude. How old is your dad?
65?
Okay, 65, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an actor who over 65, who's still like young and hip.
Desirable?
Yeah, like
65-year-old. What about Colin?
okay, George Clooney. How old fucking George Clooney?
He's not that old.
George Clooney now?
I think he's like in his 50s.
He had gray hair from the day he was born. I mean,
Eddie, the oldest I would date is 45, I think. I want to say 40, but I'll push it to 45.
shit. Okay, George Clooney's 64.
Oh.
Okay. And your dad's 65, right? Okay, that's close
Oh,
enough.
no, my dad's older than that. He was born in 58.
Okay, but my point is they're close in age. You know, that's the same generation, right? Mm-hmm. So you show up with George Clooney. I think your dad's gonna react differently than if you showed up with some other 65-year-old that wasn't fucking famous.
All right.
And Clooney's married too.
He is. He looks good there.
Yeah.
He wasn't 64 there.
Hold on, show the audience. Let me
No,
tell
he
you.
looks good. He looks good.
Yeah, I mean, he was always a pretty boy. Women love that motherfucker.
Oh, Pierce Brosnan. All right. Maybe.
Pierce Brosnan was a pretty boy too.
He is a pretty boy still.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Bozak.
What?
Bozak said Denzel. Oh, Denzel too. Yeah, Denzel's hot. How old is Denzel?
Denzel's old. Denzel's probably like fucking 70.
He could still get it.
Denzel. Yeah, Denzel's.
Yeah, he's looking good still.
Denzel's 70.
70.
Denzel's 70, yeah. You know, Denzel's 70. Okay, so hold on now. Let's go back now. Let's look at this now, okay? So you show up with George Clooney, right? Mm-hmm. Who's your dad's age? You think that he's gonna be like, Lexi, this guy's too old for you?
George Clooney.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Do you think he's gonna be like this guy's
That's
too old
not
for you?
gonna happen though. I'm talking about.
I get that, but I'm just thinking of a Hollywood actor. You in fucking Hollywood. Shit like this does happen. Look at Bill Belichick with his 20-something-year-old girl.
Gross. Yeah, if it's George Clooney, he probably would be less horrified.
Wow. Because he's famous?
I don't know.
Is he famous and handsome?
I don't know.
I think
Should
your
I
dad
call
would be
my
like,
dad? No, I'm not calling my dad.
Your dad would be like, oh, okay, all right, okay, Lex, you know.
Honestly, I have no idea. So how am I saying her dad can't go young, but she's talking about these old fellas? I'm talking about just an average human being. He's the one talking about celebrities. I'm talking about average Joe.
You don't think? Okay, I'm just saying.
With a little money.
I'm just saying, like, you don't think your dad would be like, okay, cool.
I don't know.
You take George Clooney home.
I don't.
I mean, George Clooney's married, by the way, guys. But I'm just saying, you take him home. Because when he was eligible bachelor for a long time, right? He's a bachelor, you know what I mean? And y'all hit it off, and it's, you know, and you stop in New Jersey on your way to fucking his chateau in fucking France. Your dad's gonna be like, Lexi, no, he's too old.
I actually have no idea how my dad would react. If I'm being completely honest, I have not a fucking clue.
What would your sister say?
I think she would, if it was George Clooney.
Oh boy, you're famous because you can break all the fucking rules. Go ahead.
I have no idea.
What would your mom say?
Should I ask my sister?
You gotta give it a, Clooney's married. You have to give it a hypothetical though.
All right.
Can we call her and ask her?
What would you say? I don't know if she's going to want to be on. I'll text her.
No, just a voice. We ain't gonna FaceTime her. We can just call and ask her. Voice. We only need a voice.
Are you around? I have no idea.
She's in the show before. Just ask if we could call her real quick. I'll ask her a question. We're not gonna show her. Oh, Mom would definitely be jelly. Mom would be jelly as fuck. Damn, Lexi.
What? Mom would be jelly.
That'll break up Lexi's family because the mom's gonna be like, oh my God, Lexi.
One sec.
Say forget the sister, call your dad.
Okay.
What she said?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my sister, Sydney, guys.
Okay. Hey,
Hi.
Sydney, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Saw your picture. You look 12. I thought. Congratulations on your graduation. Congratulations on your graduation.
Can you hear?
I can hear now. What?
Congratulations on your graduation.
Sky is saying congratulations.
I can hear now.
Oh, I don't have service down here, really.
You really don't?
I have a bar.
Oh, hold on. Do like a Wi-Fi call. Do FaceTime, but not this. Not the.
Wait.
Not,
Okay,
no.
let me call you right back.
No, don't do FaceTime audio.
FaceTime audio.
Yeah, because you connected to my Wi-Fi, right?
Yes. How do you do FaceTime just audio?
Hold on. Okay, there you go. FaceTime audio. All right.
No, you put on FaceTime.
No, we don't have to do that. Okay. Jesus Christ, she hanging up on you? Okay. Hey, Sydney. Sydney, can you hear us?
Look, it's at 0. Why is that
hold on.
happening?
I don't know. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Go back to her. Go to info. And hit the first button. That right there. Yes. You connected to my Wi-Fi? Mm-hmm. You sure?
Yeah.
Why are your bar so low?
I don't know. My phone is...
Okay, click that. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, now can you hear us?
Yeah.
Congratulations on your graduation, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Dude, she sound angry like you. The fuck? Okay, Sydney, listen to this hypothetical, right? We asking a question. You know who George Clooney is, right?
Yes.
Okay, he's married, but let's just suppose he wasn't married, okay? I think how old he said he was? 64?
He's 64.
Okay. And Lexi took him home and said, Mom and Dad, this is my boyfriend. What would your parents' reaction be?
I think they would be concerned because he's a year older than my mother.
But this fucking George Clooney, would they go along with it though?
No.
You don't think so?
Mom, maybe, but Dad, no.
You don't think so?
No, that would be kind of weird for them.
Even if it's George Clooney?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the same.
I don't think Dad really cares if George Clooney is or not.
I think Mom would be okay with it.
Yeah, maybe she'd be like a little jealous. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Sid.
Hey, thank you, Sydney.
I'll call you later. Love you, bye. She'd be a little jealous. Well, there you have it.
Okay, that's fucking wild.
I do need a sugar daddy to get me a phone.